For the second straight year, you can take part in an event honoring some of our heroes in Wayne County. It's called Heroes on the Hines. It's a half marathon and a 5K that takes place this Saturday, and there's still time to sign up. And
joining us now to let you know how you'll be helping is Wayne County Executive Robert Ficano. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
You know, how did the idea for this fundraiser come up?
Well, having been sheriff myself for 20 years, unfortunately, I'd lost a couple officers in incidents where they had lost their lives, and there was never a real memorial for everybody, meaning first responders, fire, police, and EMS. So unfortunately, there's 403 names that ever since the history of Wayne County actually be incorporated that it goes back to, and we hope that no other names ever go on it. It's a beautiful memorial. It's engraved with in marble, and this marathon helps us sustain the maintenance for it.
Well, it's a great cause, obviously, and the runs start right next to the memorial. Is it too late for people to sign up?
No. They can go online. In fact, you still get a discount at this point up to registering up to Friday. You can register online. You can go up to WayneCounty.com, or you can go right to the site. We'll have a place right on Plymouth Road in Hines where the old Burroughs factory was, where the day of the event if you want to sign up for it. So we had over 1,200 runners last year, which
pretty good for the first year.
Great start, and looks like we'll be approaching those numbers this year. Hopefully we're going to surpass it, and we're going to continue to. It's a great cause. It's for memory of those that have the ultimate sacrifice to give up for someone else.
We have the information right there on your screen. It's on October 4th at Hines and Haggerty, 8 a.m. Hines, heroesonhines.com if you want to go online and register, and it maintains the First Responders Memorial. And last year you guys had some rain, so 1,200 people in rain actually is for the first year,
yes,
too. A wonderful, wonderful turnout. Now, when you think of those first responders, have you heard from the families of any of those first responders about what this means to them?
Oh yeah, it's very emotional for them. A lot of them come up and they touch the name and they'll bring their families up there and they'll see it. Like I said, it's a beautiful memorial. We had to find the one spot in Hines Park that doesn't flood because it is a floodplain, and that's what it's set up for. So we were able to locate this and we put the memorial together. And I guess what really brought it home for me was during 9/11, I was right afterwards, I was still sheriff at the time, and one of the ministers said to me, I'll never forget the scene in New York where after the Twin Towers started to go down, after the first plane, people were running down the stairway, and the first responders were running up to save them, and a lot of them lost their lives in it. And you want the memorial for them to be remembered at all times.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the floodplain there where this is going to be taking place, but it harkens back to the floods we had August 11th, historic flooding in Detroit, and the first responders were right there on the front lines responding, trying to help people out. And for those who are still trying to recover from that, if you could take a moment just to talk about some of the assistance that's available for them.
Sure, you can go on our website. We have federal aid, so it could be covered. There was like 34,000 households, I believe, affected in Wayne County, like 94,000 residents that were affected. And you don't have to leave your house. You can go online. You can go to WayneCounty.com. You can go on there and you can fill out the forms that are necessary for the federal aid. So we recommend you do that. There's a telephone number also that if you go up, if you don't want to do it online, you can do that as well. So you don't have to go to a location or anything like that. You can do it online by the phone, and you can fill it up and get that federal aid.
Is there a deadline?
Not at this point that I'm aware of. So eventually it will have a deadline, but I'm not aware of what it is right now. I recommend you do it right now. If you had a flood problem, go up and do it right now.
Well, very important advice for those who are still dealing with the devastation of those floods. But again, Heroes on Hines, the half marathon and 5K is October 4th, right around the corner here, and it's still open if you want to register. So Wayne County Executive Robert Ficano, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. When we come back, we're going to talk to Ryan McTeague from the Michigan Humane Society. He's going to join us with our Pet of the Week.
And he's also going to talk about how you can take part in the state's biggest walk for animals. It's this weekend.